Hello children, welcome to AIMS India's online classes. Yes, do you remember what we learned yesterday? We learned about factors and multiples. What is a factor and what is a multiple? And also we've learned about the various properties of factors and multiples. Yes children? Yes. Now in today's class let us learn about divisibility by 2, 5 and 10. We are going to learn what? We are going to learn the divisibility rules. That means, suppose if I say a number, I am having a number 13. Now I need to find out whether this number is exactly divisible by 2 or not. Yes children, if it exactly divides 2, what will 2 become? 2 becomes a factor. Yes, so for that, what we'll do normally, we'll divide the number by 2 and then check with the remainder. If the remainder is 0, then 2 exactly divides 13. Yes, if the remainder is not equal to 0, then 2 does not exactly divide 13. Yes, but some mathematicians, they have developed some rules, divisibility rules. What are they called as? Divisibility rules, by which we can say without even dividing the number, we can say whether the number is divisible by 2 or not. Understood? Just by looking at the number we can say whether the number is a multiple of 2 or not. Yes. See, when I say 6 is divisible by 2, 2 becomes what? 2 becomes my factor and 6 becomes my multiple. Yes, so if we just by looking at the number, I can say whether 6 is a multiple of 2 or not. Yes, very easy, right? You don't even need to divide the number actually. Now let us see how to find out. Divisibility rule by 2. If the digit at the ones place of a number is 0, 2, 4, 6 or 8, then the number is divisible by 2. What are they saying children? If the digit at the ones place of a number, let us take 25 for example. What number? 25. The digit at the ones place. What do we have at the ones place here? 5. Is 0, 2, 4, 6 or 8. Now is this 5 among the given numbers? No. Then the number is divisible by 2. Yes, here the ones place is not having either 0, 2, 4, 6 or 8. So 25 is not divisible by 2. 25 is not a multiple of 2. 2 is not a factor of 25. Understanding children? Now if we take a number say 512, it is a very big number. Yes. Now even such a big number, if we look at the ones place here, it is having 2. Now 2 is one of the numbers given. Yes or no? Yes. So the number 512 becomes divisible by 2. Easy, right? Even without dividing, simply by looking at the digit in ones place, we are able to say that the number 512 is divisible by 2. Clear children? Now how to remember these numbers? What numbers? 0, 2, 4, 6 or 8. Now how to remember this is, do you know what are even numbers? Yes, even numbers also have the same numbers at unit places. 0, 2, 4, 6 or 8. Yes, you can remember that way, or simply if you write the multiples of 2. 2 ones are 2, 2 twos are 4, 2 threes are 6, 2 fours are 8 and 2 fives are 10. Removing this one here, these 5 numbers 2, 4, 6, 8, 0. Now these are the numbers that should appear at the ones place to be for the number to be divisible by 2. Understanding children how to remember these numbers here? Write the multiples of 2. 2 ones are 2, 2 twos are 4, 2 threes are 6, 2 fours are 8 and 2 fives are 10. So these 5 numbers 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, when they appear at the ones place of a number, then the number becomes divisible by 2. Okay? Now coming to divisibility rule by 5. Now the divisibility rule for 5 is very easy, children. But before discussing that, let us see how 5 table is. I am writing the multiples of 5, that is 5 ones are 5, 5 twos are 10, 5 threes are 15. Let me write it fastly, okay, then we'll discuss. Now if you look at all these numbers in 5 table, that is all the multiples of 5, what are you observing here? We can observe that in ones place we have only two numbers, either 5 or 0. 5 0, 5 0, 5 0, yes, only either 5 or 0 is present at the ones place, yes or no? So if the digit at the ones place of a number is 0 or 5, understood? Even if you don't remember these two numbers 0 or 5, just simply write the 5 table as I've shown to you. From that you can make out that the digit at the ones place should be either 0 or 5. Then only the number is divisible by 5. Understood? Now suppose if I say a very big number, say 10,005, and I'll ask you whether this is divisible by 5 or not. What will you do? Will you divide this number by 5? No. We'll look at the ones digit. It is having 5. So, the whole number becomes divisible by 5, children. Okay, clear? Easy, right? Divisibility rule by 5. At the ones place, we need to have either 0 or 5. Next, coming to our next divisibility rule, that is divisibility rule by 10. If the digits at the ones place of a number is 0, then the number is divisible by 10. Again, if you look at the multiples of 10, 10 ones are 10, 10 twos are 20, 10 threes are 30. Yes, if you look at all the numbers here, what do they have in common? They all have 0 at their ones place. Yes or no, children? They all have 0 at their ones place. So for a number to be divisible by 10, what? For a number to be divisible by 10, it should have which number at the ones place? 0. Yes, again if you don't remember this number, what number should we have at the ones place? What digit should we have at the ones place? Then simply write the 10 table as shown, and you can easily understand that 0 should be at the ones place. So if the digit at ones place of a number is 0, then the number is divisible by 10. Understanding, children? Okay, now you might get the doubt. This 0 is in all the three. That is divisibility rule by 2, 5 and 10. Now suppose if I have a number 100. Okay, let's say 700, which is having 0 at the ones place. Now what should I do? Is it divisible by 2 or 5 or 10? Yes, it is satisfying all the three conditions. For 2, we need to have 0 at ones place. Even for 5, we need to have 0, and even for 10, we need to have 0. Now what does this mean is that 700 is divisible by all the three numbers, that is 2, 5 and 10. Understood, children? 700 it is divisible by 2, 5 and 10. Yes, so the factors of 700 are all the three, 2, 5 and 10. Understood? So if a number satisfies more than one divisibility rule, it means that the number is divisible by more than one number. Now moving on to divisibility by 3. Okay, what did we learn just now? Divisibility by 2, 5 and 10. What did we do? We just looked at the digit at the ones place and then determined whether the whole number is divisible by 2, 5 or 10. But in divisibility by 3, there is a little change in the process of how we check the divisibility. Okay. So in order to check whether a number is divisible by 3 or not, add the digits of the number and check if it is a multiple of 3 or not. What are they saying? In order to check whether a given number See here they are taking the number 5403 is divisible by 3 or not. What should we do, children? Add the digits of the number. What are the digits of the number? Now 5403 is our number. What are the digits? 5, 4, 0 and 3. Yes, 5403 is a 4-digit number which has the digits 5, 4, 0 and 3. Now we should add these up. 5 plus 4 plus 0 plus 3. Now what will be the total? 5 plus 4 9, 9 plus 0 9, 9 plus 3 12. Now what should we do with this 12? We should check if the sum is a multiple of 3 or not. Now does 12 come in 3 table, children? Yes, we have 3 4s are 12. So what does 12 become? 12 becomes a multiple of 3. 3 becomes a factor of 12. Yes, understood? What should we do here? Yes, now as 12 is a multiple of 3, the complete number 5403 becomes divisible by 3. Understanding, children? What did we do in order to check whether a number is divisible by 3 or not? We should add all the digits of the number. Say 5 plus 4 plus 0 plus 3. When we added, the sum is 12. Yes, the sum is 12. Now we need to check whether this 12 is a multiple of 3 or not. Now what are the multiples of 3? 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 18. Yes, these are all the multiples of 3. 3 ones are 3, 3 twos are 6, 3 threes are 9, 3 fours are 12. Yes, now 12 is among the multiples of 3. So what will this be? The whole number 5403 becomes divisible by 3. Clear, children? This is a little lengthy process. First we need to add and then we have to check whether the sum is multiple of 3 or not. Yes, but yet it saves so much time than actually dividing the number and checking whether it is divisible by 3 or not. Now coming to example 2. 9871 is not divisible by 3 since 9 plus 8 plus 7 is equal to 20, 7 plus 1 is equal to 25 and 25 is not a multiple of 3. Now what are they saying here, children? What should we do to check whether the number is divisible by 3 or not? We need to add the digits. 9871, 9871 is our number. Now first step would be to add the digits. Yes, 9 plus 8 plus 7 plus 1. 9 plus 8 becomes what? 17. 17 plus 7 becomes 24. 24 plus 1 becomes 25. What is our sum here? The sum is 25. Now what should we do with the sum? We need to check whether this is a multiple of 3 or not. Do we have 25 in 3 table? No, we have 3 7s are 21. 3 8s are 24, 3 9s are 27. We do not have any 25 in 3 table. Yes, 25 is not a multiple of 3. So what does that mean? The complete number here 9871 is also not divisible by 3. Clear, children? Divisibility rule. Yes, divisibility rule for the number 3. What is the rule? If the sum of the digits of a number is a multiple of 3, then the complete number is also divisible by 3. Now moving to divisibility of 9. To check whether a number is divisible by 9 or not, add the digits of the number and check if it is a multiple of 9 or not. Yes, children, just now we understood the divisibility rule for 3. So in the same way, for divisibility rule by 9, we need to add the digits, and if the sum of the digits is a multiple of 9, then the number becomes divisible by 9. If the sum of the digits is not multiple of 9, then the number is also not divisible by 9. The process is same that we have followed for that we follow for divisibility rule by rule for 3 and 9. But if the sum is a multiple of 3, then the number becomes divisible by 3, and if the sum is a multiple of 9, then the number becomes multiple of 9. We are having three numbers here: 81, 281, 1053. What should we do, children? First step is to find the sum of the digits. Now what would be the sum here? 8 plus 1 is equal to 9. Now next, 2 plus 8 plus 1 is equal to 11. 1 plus 0 plus 5 plus 3. 1 plus 0 is equal to 1. 1 plus 5, 6. 6 plus 3, 9. Now what should we check whether the sum is a multiple of 9 or not? Is 9 a multiple of 9? Yes, we have 9 ones are 9. Is 11 a multiple of 9? No. Next, is 9 a multiple of 9? Yes, we have 9 ones are 9. So from this, what can we conclude? The numbers 81 and 1053 are both divisible by which number, children? Divisible by 9. Okay. Both the numbers 81 and 1053 are divisible by 9. Why? Why? Because the sum of their digits is a multiple of 9. Okay. Because the sum of the digits is a multiple of 9. Another doubt. You might get another doubt here. What is it? That 9 is also a multiple of 3. Yes or no? 9 is a multiple of both 9 and 3. We have 3 3s are 9 and 9 1s are 9. So 9 becomes a multiple of both 3 and 9. So what can we conclude? That the number 81 is divisible by both 3 and 9. Okay, the number 81 is divisible by both 3 and 9. In the same way, as again here 9 is a multiple of both 9 and 3, the number 1053 is divisible by both 9 and 3. Understood, children? The divisibility rules of 3 and 9. Now coming to divisibility by 6. Now a number is divisible by 6 if it is divided by divisible by 2 and 3. What are they saying? How can we write 6 in terms of product? 6 is equal to 2 into 3. Yes or no? 6 is equal to 2 into 3. So a number becomes divisible by 6 if it is divisible by both 2 and 3. What is it, children? For a number to be divisible by 6, it should be divisible by both the numbers 2 and 3. Now what is the divisibility rule for 2? The number should have 0, 2, 4, 6 or 8 at the ones place. Yes, for a number to be divisible by 3, the sum of the digits should be a multiple of 3. Yes, the sum of the digits should be a multiple of 3. So if a given number satisfies both the conditions, then the number becomes divisible by 6. What is the example number given here? 366. Now first, divisible by 2. Is it divisible by 2? If you look at the ones place, we are having 6. Yes. What is the actual rule? It should have either 2, 4, 0, 2, 4, 6 or 8. It is having 6, which is one of the given numbers. So 366 is divisible by 2. Coming to divisibility by 3. What should we do? We should add the given digits. 3 plus 6 plus 6. 3 plus 6, 9. 9 plus 6, 15. Wait a minute, children. 9 plus 6, 15. Now what should we do with this 15? Is 15 a multiple of 3? Yes, we have 3 5s are 15. 15 is a multiple of 3. So the number 366 is divisible by 3 as well. Now as this number is divisible by both 2 and 3, what is it, children? As the number is divisible by both 2 and 3, the number 366 also becomes divisible by 6. Okay? 2, 3 and 6. All these numbers divide 366 exactly. Now suppose if I take another number, for example, say 1024. Now first, is it divisible by 2? Yes, it is divisible by 2 as it is having 4 in the ones place. Yes, children. Now coming to divisibility by 3. 1 plus 0 is equal to 1 plus 2 is equal to 3 plus 4 is equal to 7. 1 plus 0 plus 2 plus 4 is equal to what, children? 7. The sum of the digits is 7. Is the sum divisible by, is the sum a multiple of 3? No. Yes, we do not have 7 in the 3 table. So, what can we conclude? The number 1024 is only divisible by 2. As it is not divisible by 3 as well, it is not divisible by 6. Okay, for a number to be divisible by 6, it should be divisible by both 2 and 3. But as it is not divisible by 3, it is not divisible by 6 as well. Now what kind of questions can be asked? Okay, here is another example. The number 5920. Now first, it is divisible by 2. Yes, because it has 0 in the ones place. Now coming to divisibility by 3. 5 plus 9 plus 2 plus 0. That is equal to nothing but 16. Now is 16 a multiple of 3? No, 16 is not a multiple of 3. So the number 5920 is not divisible by 3 and therefore it is not divisible by 6 as well. Here we are having a quick check of divisibility by 6. If the number at the ones place is odd, then it is not divisible by 6. Okay, what are they saying? If a number at the ones place is odd, then it is not divisible by 6. But it does not mean that if the number at the ones place is even, then it is then it will be divisible by 6. Okay, children? Even an even number can sometimes not be divisible by 6. If we take this for example, this is an even number. 5920 is an even number. Even though it is even, it is not divisible by 6. Yes? So remember that if it is odd, it is not at all divisible by 6. But if it is even, it may or may not be divisible by 6. Okay. Now coming to what type of questions can be asked in your exam. They can ask you like the number 4 is divisible by. The number 4 is divisible by, and the options would be 2, 4, 5, 6, not 4, 2, 10, 5 and 6. Now by which number is 4 divisible by? 4 is divisible by 2 here. Yes, and also sometimes they might ask you, they might give you a number, say 173. Okay, they might give you a number 173 and we need to check all the divisibility rules for it. First divisibility by 2, then by 3, then by 5, 6, 9 and 10. These are the 6 divisibility rules that we have learnt today. Yes or no? What did we learn? Divisibility by 2, 3, 5, 6, 9 and 10. So for a single number should be checked for divisibility by all these given numbers. So it is important that you remember all the divisibility rules. Okay children, let us do a quick revision. For a number to be divisible by 2, it should have 0, 2, 4, 6 and 8 at the ones place. To be divisible by 3, sum of digits should be multiple of 3. For a number to be divisible by 5, it should have 0 or 5 at the ones place. To be divisible by 6, it should be divisible by both our 2 and 3. For a number to be divisible by 9, the sum of digits should be a multiple of 9. And lastly, for a number to be divisible by 10, it should have 0 in the ones place. Yes, this is the whole summary of the divisibility rules that we have learned today. Clear children? Now coming to the last topic of today, which is prime numbers and composite numbers. Yes, the numbers, we know that the numbers can be differentiated as even and odd numbers. Yes or no? Even numbers have 0, 2, 4, 6 and 8 at their ones place, and odd numbers have 1, 3, 5, 7 and 9 at the ones places. Apart from this distinction, the numbers can be divided as either prime or composite numbers. Now coming to the prime numbers, the numbers which have only 1 and the number itself as their factors are known as prime numbers. Now what does prime numbers have to do, and how to distinguish whether a number is prime or composite? We distinguish on the basis of the factors. Again, what is a factor children? Factor is a number that divides another number exactly. Yes, when we say 6 is divisible by 2 exactly, then what does 2 become? 2 becomes a factor of 6. So what are they saying about prime numbers? The numbers which only have 1 and the number itself as their factors are known as prime numbers. So if a number has only 2 factors, and what should be those 2 factors? 1 and the number itself. Yes, 1 and the number itself as their factors are known as prime numbers. The numbers which have more than 2 factors are known as composite numbers. For example, number 4 has 3 factors, namely 1, 2 and 4. So 4 is a composite number. Now even in case of odd and even numbers, a number can be either odd or even. Yes children, if suppose I say that a number 17 is, if I take the number 17, it can be only either odd or even. If it is even, then we know that it is not odd. If we say that it is odd, then we know that it is not even. In the same way, a number can be only either prime or composite. So the numbers which are not prime numbers are called as composite numbers. Prime numbers have only 2 factors, that is 1 and the number itself. Composite numbers have more factors. Yes, prime number has only 2 factors. Composite numbers has more than 2 factors. Now what can be the example of such numbers? If we take, say 17 for example. 17, when do we get 17? We have 1. 17s are 17. That's it. 17 has only 2 factors, 1 and 17. We cannot, 17 is not a multiple of any other. 17 has no other factors except 1 and 17. So what does that make 17? 17 becomes our prime number. Another example would be 3. If you look at the number 3, it has only 2 factors, that is 1 and 3. We have 1 3s are 3 or 3 1s are 3. Yes, It has only two factors, that is 1 and 3, children. So 3 becomes, what does 3 become? 3 becomes a prime number. It is having only two factors, 1 and itself. Itself is nothing but our 3. So this makes 3 a prime number. Now what about composite number? If we take the example of the number 6, what are its factors? 1, 2, 3 and 6. And always when you are writing factors, see to it that you write the factors in ascending order. Okay children? Yes. So even in the worksheet given to you, it is asked to write the factors in ascending order. So what are the factors of 6? 1, 2, 3 and 6. How many factors does it have? It has more factors than 2. Apart from 1 and itself, it has 2 more factors. Now what does that make 6? 6 becomes our composite number. Understood children? What is it? Prime number has only 2 factors, that is 1 and itself, whereas composite numbers have more than 2 factors. Clear about prime and composite numbers? And important thing to note is that 1 is neither a prime nor a composite number. 1 is our exception here, that is 1 does not fall into either of the categories. It is neither prime number nor a composite number. And with this we have come to the end of today's class children. I hope today's class was clear and you have understood all the divisibility rules and the introduction to prime and composite